What up, peeps? All right, we all know that the drip network has problems. I'm just discovering elephant money and realizing that there are problems in that project as well. Here in this video, we're going to discuss some of the problems that drip network and elephant money have and the developers that are behind it, meaning Forex Shark and Bank Teller. However, in this video, we're going to start addressing solutions, things that we can do to produce profits for people that invest in DeFi. Y'all interested in hearing this? We got some answers for you. Let's get into it. All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about what's going on, not just in drip, but other things in the DeFi space. And we are going to discuss some major issues with all of the protocols that are currently out right now, or at least that I'm aware of. I'm always open to look into more. However, it's getting to a point where we really, as a community, have to focus on creating our own. And we need people that are walking in integrity to build it, to maintain it, and address things that are currently hindering systems from outputting results for us, okay, as investors. So that is what I aim to do in this video. I want to point out some existing issues, existing concerns that I personally have and that I'm sure expound for the community because I'm listening to you guys. I'm getting your feedback. So let's jump into this right now. Okay. So I released a couple videos a few days ago that actually started bringing in elephant money. The only reason I did that is because I had some viewers that were asking me about it. I released the video, got some feedback from it, and now I want to address elephant money to you guys. I know what's going on in Forex Shark's ecosystems. If you follow my channel, I express it and expose it very clearly. All right, and I'll get to that. But I want to start this with elephant money and Bank Teller because one of the things that I've been hearing from people that have left comments in my videos about elephant money is that they have not been able to withdraw any money from the system, right? And that is a concern for me when I hear it from multiple people. So I want to go out here. I know Bank Teller is a developer and people that follow him have given him a great thumbs up. But still, there's an underlying problem of people not being able to withdraw. So that's in the back of my mind. But nevertheless, I want to do more research and dig on what happened with Bank Teller and Forex and all this type of stuff. So I'm out doing research and I come across the channel, this channel here. And in this particular video, you guys can go out and check it out for yourself. Elephant Money AMA. All right, so check this video out if you want to. But as I was checking this out, I, of course, come and look at the comments and see what people are saying. And even then, 6 months ago, there's somebody else who has not followed my channel. So this is yet another independent source saying, hey, Bank Teller, why are trunk bonds withdrawals not working? So once again, we're getting to a point where I'm looking at Bank Teller. I don't know this guy personally. I've really never heard of him until a few days ago. But this right here is a consistent theme that people are not able to withdraw. And that is a big issue. Okay. So in the things that I'm kind of thinking about for the future, this appears to me as something that I cannot trust to put my investment in. Okay. Forex Shark, let's jump to him. I am confident in his product as far as drip is concerned, and even Animal Farm, that I can take out my capital, or not all my capital, but I can at least withdraw. Those systems have always worked for me, and nobody else is out there saying that they can't withdraw their funds. However, the systems are designed in such a way that they can be abused, like what Ray is doing, right? And also, who knows what Forex Shark is doing on the back end? And why do I say Forex Shark? Because as I continue to dig into that, um, someone left me another comment here in this video. Okay, this one right here. And in this video, he asked, have I checked out this video that Muddy Mo dropped? So shout out to Muddy Mo for releasing this. And what he did was have an interview with one of the whales called Olo. If you guys are not aware of this, I encourage you to come out and listen to this video. Do a search on Muddy Mo Forex Shark Olo. And this shows where Forex Shark soft rugs over $30,000 in 30,000 pigs from the animal farm when it launched. Now, we're talking about a guy that's putting in millions of dollars, and Forex Shark underhandedly issued himself or his team or group of them an additional 30,000 pigs. And he's like, hey, he was actually talking to Forex Shark. And had he known that Forex Shark would have done that, he would have realized that was not a good investment, and he would not have invested that amount. So you guys kind of believe what you want to believe, but don't close yourself off to the possibilities that Forex Shark is extracting capital from the system. And I say that because most of us, me, myself personally, I could say that the systems that I've been a part of, including Drip, the Drip Garden, the Piggy Bank, the Pig Pen, these systems have extracted my capital. I have not ROI'd on anything, right? And that money is going somewhere. It's going into the pockets of referrers, and it very well may be going into Forex Shark's pocket. And when this guy exposes, I mean, you guys listen to this for yourselves if you haven't. And this was launched a year ago, right? So to me, we have Forex Shark is a money hungry individual, right? So I would not put it past him. And I know he's money hungry because he's always focusing on new investors, new investors, new investors. He wants all that capital coming in. And I'm going to begin as we run up to version 3 of the animal farm. If he continues to wait 4 weeks after the testing is done to release it, I'm going to be exposing and getting more of this information out, even though it was a year ago, right? This stuff needs to be pulled to the forefront for new investors to be aware of. So Forex Shark, if you want to delay the launch of V3, I'm saying I'll hold off on this. I won't expose anything if you release V3 without all this upfront advertising, because I don't want this upfront advertising to hit and then you bring in a lot of capital. I want to test out V3 quickly for myself to make sure it is, in fact, a profitable investment, right? I'm not going to let you just go out there and pull in all this capital and then exploit people, like creating an excess amount of pigs for yourself so that you can pull it from the system when people buy pigs, okay? And I'll be setting up strategies for you guys as well. So keep following my channel in that regard. However, we might not even need this, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. All right, now in this clip, I brought this up for a reason. And Pretty Boy Loafer, he asked me a question a little while ago. So by asking me this, I'm guessing that he just watched Drip Coach's one of his latest videos. And when I presented this, it was, in my previous video, I had talked about this $200 time $200 time 2,000 member initiative, right? And he's like, would people like Ray be able to keep eating our liquidity if we put that money in? Yes, this is exactly what I've been telling you guys. This is exactly why I say stop putting fresh capital into the system, because he set up his wallets in such a way that he can pull out significant amounts. Even in a previous video, I told you, and I showed you on the BSC scan, how there's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines, but there's even money sitting in people's wallets that aren't being displayed there. So you don't know how much they have. But Drip Coach, again, please go out and check out his latest video. And it's this one here. Drip Network, Bartertown Conglomerate, and Crypto Kings, End of an Era. And he talks about exactly what I'm meaning about Ray. And let's hear what he says a little bit. Let me make sure I have the closed caption on this thing. All right. And let's see what he's saying.
When you have a hole in the system, then it's not sustainable, because that person is going to continue to exploit them, continue to bring on more people, and continue to take out more leverage than is necessary. So that doesn't fix the cause. And now, again, I'm not saying get rid of Ray or that Brex needs to get rid of him or whatever. He's going to always be there. He's a pillar of the drip community, and he has put his work in. All I'm saying is what we need to do. Real simple. If you want to reconcile, my recommendation is these three things. Stop the referral leeching. So any new teams will be built directly under the dev wallet. Community members keep creators accountable. Check the chat for shills. What I mean by this is people in these private groups check to see these wallets are being shilled in the Telegram, on YouTube. Do some research. And if you see it, call it out, share it with other content creators. That way we keep and hold each other accountable. Kind of democratic way to policing one another. And then lastly, open dialogue with community and representatives. Everybody needs to have a voice. Stop taking.
All right. So Drip Coach made a good point, and he talked about the sustainability. Drip is not sustainable when you have leechers sitting on huge amounts of drip and are constantly feeding themselves more drip. Drip Coach continues to go over this in this video, right? So you guys go out there and watch it. And if you want even more, I talked about this in this video, and this was over a month ago. Okay. Check out this video again. The Bartertown Conglomerate. See, this is after we started exposing Ray, and we gave Ray time to correct his ways, right? To say, just stop leeching the system. Stop it. But in this video, I even titled it, Ray continues to destroy the drip network. Will he ever stop? And the answer to that, people, is no. Because well over a month later, if you come back and watch Drip Coach's latest video, he dives in and shows even more wallets that Ray is creating and funding. So I show you what he's done up to this point over a month ago, and he's still doing it, people. He's still doing it. So I know in the previous video, I had mentioned the $200 by 2,000 member initiative. And guess what? I have received a lot of positive feedback from viewers saying, hey, I'm in, count me in, add me to the list. I'm interested. Okay. And initially, when I was coming up with a concept on how to do that, I was, shall I say, what's a good word? I was interested. I was optimistic that something like that would work. Okay. However, after considering the condition that drip is in right now, meaning we're sitting on 31 million drip and it's still continuing to print, considering the Ray factor and people like him that are continuing to leech the system, even if we had dumped $400,000 worth of capital into the system, guess what? Ray is sitting on so many wallets, and Ray alone, he's sitting on so many wallets that would just run the price up. And he would be the main benefactor of all of this capital coming into the system. I mean, he would just drain it, people. He would just drain it. So in that initiative, I would not promote that. I cannot, as I think through the system and how it will work and how it would benefit drip, yes, it would raise the price. Everybody would be happy. However, as Drip Coach mentioned here, it does not address the root cause. And Drip is like, hey, we can't get a Ray. He's a pillar of the community. No, he's not a pillar of the community. He's a toxic source of the community. He's draining the capital so nobody else gets it. Now, would someone like me benefit? I would benefit to a small degree, but the new people that came in, they would lose their capital. Okay? And Ray would greatly benefit. So I extract that concept from you guys. However, I have something else in mind. I do not want to promote a system that is going to withdraw our capital. Okay. So, in thinking about this, I'm sorry, but and even to do this, there's two options. We can do the 200 by 2000, right? But in order to do that, not only do we have to let drip die, we have to let it die completely. Meaning we have to stop putting capital in the system and let the system drain for over a year, just so that all of the claims and hydrates and all that stuff that are currently out there get out of the system. And that by that point, the price of drip will be so low that Ray will no longer be interested in hydrating or keep creating more wallets under himself, because he's the source of the key source of the system being drained. Okay. So in order to do the 200 by 2000 initiative for drip, we would have to wait at least a year before it's actually safe to put that amount of funds back into the system and grow it again. And even with that, we would have to start things anew and afresh. And I know none of us are waiting to do that. So the best solution right now, and right now I'm coming with a solution that I want to present to you guys, is to create another token. To create a token that has leaders, not just one leader. I'm talking about community leaders, people that are already in the drip ecosystem, and even some of you guys, the critical thinkers that are in Elephant Money, or you might be in both. I would like to get together with a group of people that listen to their communities, have knowledge on what's going on in these ecosystems, because I've actually come up with a design over the past few days that will create a project, and just like drip addressed some of the issues that were in bankroll flow, because Forex Shark didn't come up with this concept himself. He copied that from Bank Teller's bankroll flow project. But bankroll flow had some issues. Forex Shark addressed those issues and made it better to some degree. All right. Now what I have, the design that I've put in place, is going to make drip even better. It's going to address all of the downfalls, all of the open things that can be taken advantage of from drip, and put an end to it. It will 100% put an end to the leeching. So nobody will be able to leech the system, but it will be done in such a way that it still incentivizes everyone to promote it. Okay. This is going to address and prevent price manipulation by whales. So when whales want to come out there and they want to buy up a token and then dump the token, it addresses that, so that it will be very unattractive for whales, or even impossible for whales to do that. Okay. Number 3, it will support system sustainability, because the system itself will create multiple revenue generating methods so that it is more sustainable. It's not going to solely look for new capital coming in from new investors. So the capital that it gets in, it will be able to produce additional capital on top of that to promote the longevity of the payouts. And it will still pay out the 1% daily. Number four is going to be as simple as drip. I know we're all looking for simplicity. We're all looking for a way to put our money in, walk away from it, and know that we can come back and get that money back, right? Pull that money out with interest. So the system will be designed very much similar to drip, where you get the 1% daily, but it will also help support the price. So if you buy in at $1 or $5 or whatever the case is, there will not be much of a price depreciation, right? There are mechanics in place for that. And that's because and through the additional revenue that the system will create on the back end. Number 5, because this is going to be a system that's developed by community members, everyone in it will be transparent, meaning everyone that participates in the development of it, in the design of it, in the socials and everything else will be doxxed. We'll all reveal our information, and even the system itself, you guys as a community will know, hey, what wallets belong to what money goes to who. And just like I've been sharing with you guys, showing the information in wallets, just like Drip Coach, we show you this type of stuff so you can go out and verify for yourselves. Okay. So I've come up with this design. Hey, this is what I do. I showed you guys in a previous video. If you want to know about Mystified, just some general information, go out to do a search on this right here to find this video. Because someone tried to go in on Team Drip and me personally or whatever the case is. So I give enough information about myself in this video for you guys to know who I am and the systems I develop. Okay. And I excel as a business analyst. I'm able to go into a company or whatever the case is, assess how their systems are operating, understand what a desired result is, get feedback from the user base, and design solutions that work. And that's what I've done for this particular project here. However, while I am familiar with some code, some types of code and development techniques and stuff where I can create my own, there's some areas that I don't have expertise in. There are things that I would have to start from scratch, like Solidity and things like that. So in this video, what I'm doing is inquiring from anybody in the community. It don't matter if you're in Drip, it don't matter if you're in Elephant Money or any other ecosystem. I want to get away from the Forex Sharks. I want to get away from the greedy people. When I created Team Drip, nobody paid me for that. I identified a problem, I came up with a solution, and I developed a system to address that solution. And many of you guys have started coming into it and you realize, wow, this is refreshing and exactly what Drip needed. Unfortunately, it was too little, too late. Nevertheless, the process is still in place, right? And we could utilize this in the next project. And I've put things together in such a way that it can be done quickly and effectively. So in this video, I like to call upon any Solidity developers. Now, I know there was a guy, I saw him on one of Drip Coach channels that was doing some work for Forex Shark for this DDD, and he was posting some stuff in Telegram. This guy I think would be great to participate because he was being very open and honest with the community in the development work that he was doing. So, bruh, you or anybody else, don't think that we have to work for somebody else. I came out of corporate America over 20 years ago to develop things for myself. and that's been more profitable. So devs, if you're a front end developer, we can use you. If you're a Solidity developer, we can use you. If you're good at testing, we can use you. If you're good at socials, we can use you. And I want community participation in a project like this to develop for the community. And I myself and each one of you guys will be participants. Now, to you guys in the community, if you are truly interested in dropping $200 and we having 2,000 members, ask yourself, would you rather put that money into a system like Drip? And trust me, I'm not against Drip. Drip, the protocol itself is good. However, it can be exploited or abused through the referral system and everything else. And that's what's happening. And Ray does not plan on stopping, which I've pretty much expressed in this video and in other videos. So he will always be a plague to Drip, and we can never get rid of him. Forex Shark isn't going to stop. Ray isn't going to stop. Okay. So we have to develop something for ourselves. I already have a design in place. I open the door to other critical thinkers to come in. Drip Coach in particular, because he walks in integrity. He has a good following, and we kind of have the same mindset as far as, hey, I don't just care for myself. You know, if I'm going to promote a project or develop a project, I want everyone to grow and make money from it, right? So he's definitely welcome, and the door is open, Coach, to discuss, because when I share this information, I want to come, we all sign a non-disclosure agreement to say, hey, this is what it is. We bring in developers to implement the solution. And trust me, we don't have to do all this stuff from scratch. The things that I have in place, we can strategically build, and I would guess be able to have this done within a couple months if we can dedicate the time and the effort to go ahead and release it. Okay. So I'm looking for Solidity developers and front end developers. Okay. Now, again, as the community, if you're willing to put a thumbs up on the $200 for by 2,000, would you be willing to put that into a new protocol? Right. So me myself, I would not take from that money, but there are developers that may come and like, well, I need to live off, if I'm going to dedicate some time to develop this, I need some money to live off of, right? That can be used to help them fund their finances or whatever the case is, to develop the system, to dedicate their time to develop the system. And on the back end, those of us that freely put in our time to develop and design and do all this type of work, the socials and all that type of stuff, we would benefit on the back end. So as the system gets up and starts churning money, we would benefit from that. Not take it from the system like Ray, or not like Forex when he tried to make that $30,000, 30,000 pigs and then dump them on the market. No, the system isn't going to work like that, right? But we will be number one participants in it, meaning we will invest our own capital because it's going to work. But we will also get additional benefits long term, right? So this is a concept that I kind of throw out there, and I am soliciting you guys. Number one, from the community aspect, would you be willing to support a project like this in that $200 by 2,000 initiative? If we put that money in Drip, trust me, Ray's going to walk away with 50 to 80% of it. Okay. If we put it into a new protocol that addresses all of the shortcomings that Drip currently has, we can truly create a system that is sustainable, that is kicking out 1% daily for everybody, and will last a long time and will sustain a nice price. Okay. Because there will be buyback options. Just like I've heard in Elephant Money, there's a system, a whale called Bertha that buys back the tokens. It's similar to that. All right. So that's all I got for you guys. Hey, feel free to leave comments in the comment section. any Solidity developers out there that want to participate in a system like this, please reach out to me. I'm not just talking about one. We're going to, if multiple of you want to come in, we can always use some to develop, some to test, some to verify. And then ultimately, if we can generate some interest from the community to go ahead and invest, to have it audited and make sure everything is on the up and up, and everything, 100% of everything will be transparent. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Sorry it was long, but I did have to get this information out and kind of get your guys' feedback on what you're thinking. All right, peeps, I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace out.